Hey y'all, Patrick James, Cold Dead Hands, Black Coffee Perspectives, and now into the fray with
Jon, Double Tap Britain, Midnight Munchies, Food for Thought, Cold Dead Hands, and into the fray. And into the fray today,
we're gonna go down that hole because we're ranting.
and I'm also sinking my chair.
Who we ranting about right now? What are we ranting about in this video? See, we're trying to keep them shorter and sweeter on some of these rant videos because we could go on for hours and hours. There's so much,
You know what?
that we could talk about.
Somebody that I always like to rant about, because basically he gives you so much material,
He's fun.
is Joe Biden.
Creepy.
Joe Biden.
Creepy Joe?
Creepy Uncle Joe.
Creepy Uncle Joe.
Soon to be president, creepy Uncle Joe Biden. If all the dead voters get their way.
You didn't say dead voters.
I did not.
Dead voters. Wow. There's
Hey.
so much that we can say about that. You can check out Cold Dead Hands. We got some pretty cool memes up about just that topic.
Yep.
Of course, they'll probably get flagged for something. Missing context, probably.
If the dead can vote, so can you. Just
So,
saying.
Uncle Joe. This is the one I really, really like, okay? I know it doesn't really mean much. It doesn't really mean much, except that it's incorrect. 47 years in politics. That's what we hear. The media says it. Everybody's quoting it. 47 years in politics for Uncle Joe Biden. Nope, sorry folks, park's closed on that one. He was elected to Newcastle County Council in 1970.
You mean he's been sniffing kids for 50 years?
50 years. Why aren't they saying 50 years?
You know, it's kind of like when you go buy something and it's $9.95.
Exactly.
It's not $10. You get change out of that $10 bill.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
What do you think the media's trying to do? Spin that so it's not quite 50, so let's... No, it's every bit of 50 and more.
Half a century Joe Biden has been in politics. Half a century.
But he's got the cure for America today.
Where was it 50 years ago?
Where was it 50 years ago, 49 years ago? We can roll through the whole scene. From 1970 to 2020, he has not, in any way, shape, or form, found any kind of cure to fix America or what its problems are. In fact,
that's not true. I mean, Joe Biden's been in politics for 50 years. Mm-hmm. He has to have learned something about something in that 50 years.
well, man, I've seen some awesome montages of videos of Joe being interviewed over the years, and let me tell you, there's one thing I know for certain that Joe Biden has learned how to do.
Gaff.
And walk his way out of a video recorded gaff and come out smelling like a rose and get to be elected that many times and stay in politics and being paid by the servant, by us as a servant to us on our tax dollars, and turned into a multi-millionaire. I am not sure how that's supposed to play out.
You know, one particular gaffe of his that comes to mind, and it comes to mind because the media treats the way he acted versus the way, say, Donald Trump has acted in completely different ways. Mm-hmm. I forget the exact circumstance, but he asked somebody to stand up who was in a wheelchair. And of course, you know, he stand up. Oh, God bless you. What was I thinking? Now,
it's all kinds of things, man.
but you know, if anybody else had done that, especially if the Orange Man Bad had done that, he would be mocking the disabled.
Oh my gosh, he would be vilified in the media for saying anything like. If he talked to a union worker in any way, shape, or form like Joe Biden did at the Fiat Chrysler plant in Detroit, I don't work for you. What? Let's take this outside.
You want to do some push-ups?
Hello? Hello? If
McFly.
Trump said something about, the cops should shoot bad guys in the leg, y'all would be losing your minds. But Joe Biden says it, and that makes sense.
Oh, well, little personal story here. My wife follows one of the local scanner pages, and there was a report of a shooting, and the guy got shot in the leg. You know what? He died. Somebody commented on that post, said, well, I guess Joe Biden's advice wasn't so good.
No, it wasn't.
He wasn't shot by a police officer. He was just shot, and don't know all the particulars of it, but he was shot in the leg, and he died.
As a firefighter, former firefighter, EMT, I've seen a lot of leg shots. Some of them pretty horrific. Some of them self-inflicted. Stupidity. Went outside to shoot a snake. Snake wasn't there. Tripped over a stump. Gun went off. Blew off the back of his calf.
Hashtag trigger discipline.
Did not die. But I'll tell you what, as a young EMT, responding to that scene and seeing somebody completely decaffeinated,
Decaffeinated
was something to see. So, yes.
Sorry.
shooting somebody in the leg could be all right, and it could have devastating results, but if you're trying to stop somebody, 3 to the chest, baby. 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. Whatever it takes.
And
eliminate the threat.
This whole shoot them in the leg, just wing them. That's movie garbage.
Yes.
And anybody who shoots knows that's movie garbage, because A, you got a chest coming at you pretty steadily, not moving a whole lot, and then you got 2 legs coming at you going, ah!
Not to mention, your adrenaline just went through the roof because somebody is now running at you with something, or threatening you.
Unarmed with a knife or something.
So trust me, there's a whole lot more that goes into that than the media wants to portray it, the movie and Hollywood's portray it, or Joe Biden wants to utter it. But he's got a lot of stories. There's a lot of gaffes throughout the years, 50 to be precise. Some of the most frightening videos I've seen is him touching young children, sniffing their hair.
Oh, you see the pictures all over social media.
Touching them inappropriately.
Talking about kids in the pool, rubbing their hair on his legs and jumping on his lap.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
It is extremely creepy. And listen, I don't know if the guy's a perv or not. I don't. I've never met him. I've never been around him. I've only watched videos. And I'm telling you what, some of the kids, they look extremely shocked at whatever was whispered in their ear or where they were touched. And I promise you, if it were one of my kids, if it were my daughter, and he did that, them's fighting words.
Vice president or no vice president.
You got that, or they would be hauling me off. But the reality is, I'd have it on video that he touched my daughter inappropriately. So I don't know what kind of restraint these fathers have. I don't quite have that restraint when it comes to my loved ones, or how much money it actually cost for them not to say anything. Probably put their entire family through college.
Or they just, fear the repercussions of taking on somebody that high profile, calling them out, because that does have repercussions.
Maybe they're just the type of people that are just so, hey, it's all right, he didn't mean that. Yeah, I've heard that one, because every family's got kind of a creeper uncle at the, most families, I would say, that nobody really wants to talk about.
And some of us just have the crazy aunt up in the attic, but
I can assure you, I came from a family that when that kind of stuff was found out, there was a come to Jesus meeting between all the uncles. And that stuff didn't happen anymore. At least it got a whole lot more quiet, if it did. So, is he creepy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he make a lot of stupid statements?
Yeah.
Man, yeah. There's so many that we could roll through in this kind of a rant. The question you have to ask yourself, do you really want him as a president?
I mean, he's had half a century of practice for the job.
No doubt. He must have plenty of experience.
Oh, yeah. That experience. Experience in the swamp?
I just don't get it. I mean, this is one of the things, and we're going to cut this real quick because guess what? We don't want to keep these videos long, but the biggest thing that I have to ask about this whole thing is the narrative of Donald Trump's a gazillionaire. Well, Joe Biden is a multimillionaire, and nobody's questioning about where his money's come from.
Oh, but there's something that's just come out about that, too. We'll get to that in another video.
We're going to get to that in another video because it's ranting time. We just wanted to keep these short and sweet. So, ask yourself, as a loud-mouthed,
orange narcissist?
Orange, well, New Yorking, New Yorker.
New Yorking?
Well, he speaks New Yorker for sure, and he's an absolute New Yorker. No offense, New York, because I kind of like your short and sweetness. Right straight to the point. It's all right with me.
And I'm married to a Jersey girl, so.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. The reality is Orange Man so bad because he says things that you don't like and made his money as a private citizen? Or would you rather have the guy who's been there for 50 years and somehow became a multimillionaire on your dime while saying all kinds of crazy stuff and sniffing and touching little kids? Is that the guy you want?
Not to mention the 94 crime bill, mass incarceration, yada, yada, yada. I mean, the list goes on.
A failure of let's blanket the entire United States in a faux insurance policy and then penalize everybody who didn't take it because they still wanted to have their own carrier. So let's impose another tax on them while they don't have insurance and yada yada. There's a whole lot of stuff, and you need to dig. You need to dig because guess what? It's not too much longer, and you're going to be going into the polls with all the other dead people. I didn't say that. And you're going to have to make a choice. And the choice is going to be about liberty and freedom, or it's going to be about changing what America's all about and creating the democracy everybody's telling you we're supposedly have.
And the lockdowns will continue until morale improves.
There you go. So you know what we say. If you want peace,
prepare for war.
Knowledge is power. Thanks for watching.
Peace.